All right, here it is, 1954 4104. Had the engine work done today. We were able to get it fired up using a little fuel can instead of using the tank. Tank says it's about half full, but this thing's been setting for about 10 years. Lord knows what's inside that tank. So just bypassed the fuel filter in the system and just ran some clean fuel through it. Thought I had a stuck injector, but actually ended up being, we got it fired up and running after I replaced that fuel pump right down there, brand new fuel pump. But this little solenoid right here is connected to the run stop button or switch up on the dash, and I fired it up manually with the starter here and got it running, and then after the air built, it just shut off and I couldn't figure out why. It was running so nicely, and then pulled the head cover off, and the rack was in the fully closed position, and I disconnected that little air valve right there, and it freed up that little solenoid, and next thing I know, the rack was free. So ran back up front and realized it was in the stop position, not the run position, and fired it back up again, and it ran just fine. So I'll start up here in a second so you can hear it go, but success on getting this bus running. Let's see if I can get it going here real quick. Well, it's actually in stop right now, so I'm going to run up front. Let's see if I can get this bus going one more time for everybody. Quick little preview inside. Having a little problem finding the reverse gear in this, but let's go ahead and run that to run. That starter switch for some reason right now is not, there's a broken wire somewhere between here and the back of the bus, so I can't use that starter switch. But good news, this is an old school starter, and I'm able to just manually just like that. All right, let's see. Hit the little button there by mistake. There she goes. That right there is the fuel filter. I need to change that out. It's got another fuel filter right here. Going into it. I'm guessing that right there must be power steering. But I need to figure out why my reverse switch is not working. But the old girl sounds good. The old girl sounds good. Fortunately, I got that old school starter, so it's easy to start from back here and shut it off. So what I was saying is that is the original fuel filter, I think, and I need to upgrade that bad boy when I clean that tank out. I'm having a hard time getting this thing into reverse. A little reverse switch up on the dash. It worked once. I got it backed out of here. I backed it out of this yard, or this spot, all the way to back around that, and drove it around a big circle, so everything's going. I don't want to go too far because these tires, where it was parked before, this is on the south side, and you can see those tires are pretty checked up. I'm sure they're about 10 or 12 years old. At least I found a date on one tire on the other side, and it was 2001. So that's what, 19 years old. That's going to be needing some replacement. And then haven't started this gen setup yet, but that's going to be on my project list. But most immediate thing is let's get these tires changed. Had just a little bit of brake. The maxi brake doesn't seem to be working on it at all, so I gotta get the brakes looked at and then get these tires changed. And then I need to change all of these rubber hinges, although I look at this stuff because they're all coming apart, as you can see here. But got looking at this thing and figure out, well, how do you change that? And I can see it's easy enough to change to slide out the rubber on the door side, but on the bus side, I don't know where the beginning is in order to get that rubber hinge started, because there's no, as you can see, there's no gap along that whole bus. So, all right, one quick look at the front. There she is. The guys at Bus Forum told me it was originally sold to the Great Lakes Greyhound lines in Michigan, and it's been over here in Oregon since about 98 or 99. That's the best I can tell. All right, there you go. More to come.